Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and in today's segment I want to answer a question that I get quite regularly, and that is, what med should I store for a disaster? First off, you'll probably notice, whoa, something's cool with the new lens here. That's right, I'm using a GoPro. Excitement. So we're going to see how this one turns out. Let me know how you like it. Leave a comment in the section below. But anyway, I was out on a jog and I thought, okay, I will film this video and I'll answer the question. So here we go. What medicine should I store for a disaster? And really the answer to this question is not going to be the same for everybody. I think one of the downfalls of the preparedness mindset in many cases is that we want a universal list. We want a check-off list that's the same for everybody. And especially when we're dealing with medications, that's just not the case, right? So first off, we have to ask ourselves the question, what medicines are necessary for my family members to be able to survive, thrive, and perform their activities of daily living? Okay, so I'm talking, what medicines are necessary for the daily management of my family members' disease processes or whatever's going on here. So for instance, if you got somebody who's diabetic, insulin, metformin, some of those meds, that's going to be high up there on the list. And that's going to be different than somebody who, say, battles Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis, something like that, okay? So if there's a specific medication that your family member needs in order to get through their daily lives, then that's definitely what needs to be high up there, okay? Now, the second little phase of this is pain control. Pain medications, regardless if it's chronic pain or acute pain, intermittent, whatever, pain control medications are really high up there for, well, for people who deal with chronic pain for sure, but also for folks who are in athletics or other things that sometimes can involve injuries, okay? But I don't care where you go around the world, everybody is going to be in need of pain medication at some point in their lives, okay? So having things stored up like ibuprofen, Tylenol, acetaminophen is the generic for Tylenol, Aleve, naproxen sodium is the generic for that. Those are things that we need to consider storing up for management of breaks and sprains and things like that. Basically managing pain as it crops up in our everyday life. Another group of meds that I think is good to store is the anti-allergy/sedation meds. Many people throughout the course of their lives will find themselves in need of sedation for one reason or another. It could be that you're having a really rough day or you're throwing up a lot, as I've experienced recently with salmonella poisoning. Not one of my favorite experiences in life by far. But a lot of these meds that are considered antihistamines and anti-allergy meds, they also work as anti-nausea meds like Phenergan. These things are good to store if you can get a hold of them. A lot of them you're going to need a doctor's script for, like Phenergan, for instance. You're going to need a script for it in the United States. But the anti-allergy, sedation, anti-nausea meds, those are good to store if you can get your hands on them, for sure. Vomiting is one of the things that can bottom somebody out really, really fast. So being able to get ahead of that, especially with your kids and your elderly population, that is a good thing. Lastly, the group that I want to recommend to you medication-wise is medications that help a person deal with respiratory diseases. I'm talking Mucinex or generic guaifenesin, Mucinex, dextromethorphan, which is a cough suppressant. Basically the whole bag of meds and drugs that help you deal with respiratory diseases, especially since we're going into flu season, definitely want to store those up. And don't be limited just by the conventional pharmaceuticals that are available. For sure, I definitely encourage that people pursue herbal knowledge on herbal remedies. There are some books. I'm going to put down a link in the description box below to the Prescription for Herbal Healing. I definitely recommend that book. It is a marvelous book. And I'll also put some other books down there in the bottom description box that I recommend for you guys. You can find the complete bookshelf, the list of books that I recommend at the website, thepatriotnurse.com, under the recommended reading section. So definitely go check that out if you haven't. I hope today's video was helpful for y'all. If you enjoyed the video today, please subscribe to me, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. And for now, it's Patriot Nurse signing off, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and in today's segment, we're gonna listen to some loud noise. Listen. There it is. It'll be going for a while. How about that? So I want to talk with you about today, places to store your medications. Just wait for it. It's all right. Really? Really? Unfreaking believable.